Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a online battle. Now this was the same one I played it after my first online battle, and this time it was against one of my friends who's only just bought the game as well. So it was his first online battle, so we thought what better way to do it than go head to head using the same factions, because that is well done. That's as much as I can say. So here we go, we're in the same place as I fought my last battle. And as you can see, but for his, he's got a lot of zombies. He's got Blood Knights, dire wolves, and a black coach. Now I think I got everything there. Yeah, so you can see he's got a lot of units. And I was panicking because I didn't have any real way to stop his Blood Knights. So it's a bit of a strange battle. I've done the same thing again. I've got my Hexwraith Chillgeists out here, Vanguard deployed. I do beeline them straight up here, you know, just take out a zombie. But I didn't have line of sight, and I forget that there's actually another unit up here. So that's the first thing I do. I'm gonna panic him, and I was hoping, you know, to just go in there and just do a bit of damage to the Blood Knights. I know they're anti-large, but I couldn't really do too much. But he does a brilliant intercept with his Fellbats, and I bring my Fellbats in just to kind of have a full bat war up here. And so I move my guy in, the Stigori Ghoul King. He does very nicely, but he brings up all his other bats as well to try and cause some damage. And up here, of course, the zombies take a nasty charge from the Hexwraiths. Now I do start to realise that my Sugary Ghoul King, he's not doing too well, and he's kind of quite even, and he does quite well of bringing in Fellbats to keep my Sugary Ghoul King on the floor, but he should have brought up the Blood Knights as well. That would have done a lot of damage. Now, oops, just make sure, yep, we're fine. So up here, he sees that I'm what I'm doing back here, and getting rid of his zombies, so he brings in his black coach, and it's anti-infantry, armor piercing. So it's not good. It's not a brilliant matchup, but it's good. It's got to keep my guys there for a long time, longer than I'd like. So I managed to get my Sugary Ghoul King back in the air. My bats just take an absolute hammering, but it's keeping his bats busy and out of the way. But down here, I didn't notice that he brings his Banshee in straight away for the zombies, and I'm not entirely sure why, but it's doing alright, you know. So up here I can see what he's doing, because of course I bring in my Sugary Ghoul King just to, you know, give a bit of smack in the back. And down here I summed up some Cryptoids just to keep his infantry back, because you can see now he's got quite a decent gap now between his infantry that he'd want up here and his dire wolves. They're not going to do too well on their own, as you can imagine. So up here he brings up his bats, and I'm sending in my Cryptoids just to get rid of them. There's Clint. So he's bringing up his bats to back here. I do have my Blood Knights in the forest still, and I think he notices this, and I didn't notice this, I wasn't paying attention. So overall, so far, his Banshee is obviously going to be taking a bit of a savaging, but then again, my zombies are holding out very well. So the Banshee is armor piercing, and obviously the zombies don't really have much armor, so a bit of a waste there. So, bit of a mistake. And obviously the dire wolves are going to get eaten up very quickly over there. Now the zombies, being as slow as they are very late to this battle, so they're not going to do too much. Now I've still got my Graveguarders back here, they're all fine. And back here, you know, the Blood Knights are actually taking, you know, a little bit of a HP hit over here, but the Fellbats are going to be falling quite quickly. But very nice to tying up my Blood Knights when I could be using them down here or in other areas. Now, as you can see, my Hex Wraiths at the back up here, they do actually beat the Black Coach, and finally my Crypt Ghouls are slowly crumbling. But I'm actually currently Spirit Leeching his Lord. He's a Vampire Wizard, because he has no answer to the Shulguri Ghoul King up here. I think he's on a thing that's called the Terrorgeist. I should have looked at that before I was loaded the game, but there we go. So up here I'm just going to do a little bit of a rear charge into here. I was hoping I could have done a bit better in other areas. So, you know, these guys they do alright because it's just against zombies, but they're not really shock cavalry, and that's kind of what I was using them for. I should have had the Blood Knights coming round up here, and I think I do get a... Do I do it again? I think I do. Yeah. So over here I'm using Spirit Leech again, and I'm also damaging... He's using Invocation of Nehek as well, so he's trying to keep his guys in a fight here with like some vicious rear charges coming from the Hex Wraiths. And over here he's still not really doing too much. Well, I brought my Graveguard in, one Graveguard to stop his Banshee, and still nothing contesting me over here. And over here is zombies and just versus 2 Crypt Horrors. That is easy win. But now we're starting to bring up his Blood Knights, and you know, that's worrying. He's got his Graveguard on the way as well. So I do start to see what he's doing, and I'm panicking a little bit, so I brought my Graveguard up to make it like a little line so he can't come round and do any flank charges. So his Banshee's starting to crumble, or will be crumbling very shortly. But because I've got my Crypt Horrors here, they're not going to do very well against these. The Blood Knights are going to absolutely destroy the Crypt Horrors, but they'll hold a little bit, all being well. So I'll plug it as well with these, so these can take the charge, and then I'll bring in my Graveguard with great weapons. Now his zombies are starting to take some damage, and so do my Hex Wraiths, so I do move them out. As you can see, look at that, absolute destroying cavalry charge there. So I do bring my guys back. They took the charge, and so they're not going to get a very good charge now onto my great weapons, but they're going to do very well at holding, very well. And now basically it becomes a free-for-all, because I've got my little line here. We do have a bit of a downhill advantage, or uphill advantage, either way, and he's still not really having any answer. He's using Curse of Years as well. I didn't recognise that when I was playing him. Onto my guys, so very nicely done there. But his Blood Knights, because they're absolutely surrounded, they're going to be having a bit of a bad time, because these guys don't want to be staying in combat for long periods, but they do very well. Zombies over here tying up my Hex Wraiths yet again, because I wanted to get into the back over here. Yeah, and I realised that my Blood Knights were still in the forest, I wasn't paying attention, so I'll bring them down. I'm going to swing them round all the way around here. So yeah, as you can see, this is just an absolute mess. The Shulguri Ghoul King's still in here, and he's taking a bit of a savaging, so I do try and pull him out. I don't want him coming anywhere near. He's using Undeath Resurgent rather. Again, he's doing Red Fury as well. He's trying to buff his men to an absolute incredible amount just to see if he can break the line, but my Crypt Horrors are not having a very good time here whatsoever, and the Vampire Lord here is really not having a good time. I've used Soul Blight. Yeah, I used Soul Blight to bring down his armor and leadership, and then yeah, he did use Invocation of the Heck as well, he's still really trying to keep his guys in the fight. I think he's depending more on his Blood Knights. So you've got one here which does get through. But you know, he's that caught up, he can't pull his men out, so he's getting like attacked in the rear. I think he's getting attacked in the rear, so his army crumbles because I've got him surrounded. And that was before I even got a chance to really use my Blood Knights. So let's end the battle there. So look at that, the Blood Knights got 75 kills, but that was only because it was against his Felbad, so I did not use these guys that much. My Graveguard there only getting 1 kill, but he's not going to get a promotion anytime soon. The zombies only getting 1 kill, but that's fine because I was using them to stop the charges, and there's a bit of a meat shield basically because they're very expendable. The Strigoi Gore King here getting a nice number of kills. He was 67, but you know, he was put into some dangerous situations, so can't complain too much there. The Stearnsman, the Graveguard, I didn't really use these guys that much either, so they only got 6 kills, but they would have held the line very well against his Blood Knights over here. And my Hex Race here, getting a nice 196 kills, but like I say, he brought my Crypt Horrors as well, doing a very nice 203 and 127 kills. And so his army, it was more of a goofy army, and I think he was just wanted to have a bit of fun, obviously, because we weren't taking this too seriously. So he got nothing really with his zombies. I'm not too sure what he was on with there, unless he was planning on using these to tie up my main line, and then try and do some rear charges or something like that with the Blood Knights. I kind of forced him into the front line because his zombies were not going to stay there very long, and his direwolves got absolutely nothing. They got 1 kill, and Black Coach got 21 kills, and I think that's mainly against the Hex Race over here. So it was a good game to my opponent. He outnumbered me like just over about 2 to 1, but that's just because of all the zombies. Now it was a good game to my mate Clint, so well done to you, mate, and I will see you in future videos. And I'm sure to make some more appearances in my online battles as well, because we've got some interesting stuff coming up as well. So guys, if you liked the video, make sure you smash that like button because it really does help the channel, and whilst you're here, if you want to subscribe, that really does help the channel even more, and share the video around because that even helps the channel get around. So again, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you guys, cheers.